Hello everyone, and welcome to RadioCSIRT, your daily podcast on cybersecurity news. I'm Marc Frederic Gomez, recording from France. Today is Monday, November 3rd, 2025, and this is episode 474. Here's what's coming up today. North Korea's Kim Suk-hee Group deploys a new backdoor named HTTP Troy targeting South Korea. Ukrainian developer Mr. ICQ from the Jabber Zeus Group extradited to the United States. A cyber espionage campaign uses fake military documents to target Russian and Belarusian officers. The Open VSX registry suffers a token leak exploited to upload malicious extensions. Thousands of DNS servers running bind. 9 remain unpatched against cache poisoning vulnerabilities. The Rhysida ransomware gang continues its OysterLoader Malvertising campaign, abusing Microsoft code signing certificates. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the RadioCSIRT podcast on your favorite platform. All sources materials used for this broadcast are available on RadioCSIRT.org and in the episode descriptions. The North Korean threat actor Kim Suk-hee has deployed a new backdoor called HTTP Troy in a targeted attack against a South Korean organization. According to Gen Digital, the campaign began with a phishing email carrying a ZIP archive disguised as a VPN invoice. The infection chain consists of 3 stages: a small Golang dropper, a loader named Memload, and the final HTTP Troy backdoor. Memload establishes persistence through a scheduled task called OnLab Update, impersonating the South Korean cybersecurity vendor OnLab, before decrypting and launching the payload. HTTP Troy communicates with its command and control server load.auraria.org using HTTP post requests, allowing the operators to upload or download files, capture screenshots, execute commands with elevated privileges, and run reverse shells. The malware uses multiple layers of obfuscation. API calls are hidden through custom hashing, and strings are obfuscated using XOR and SMD instructions. Gen Digital also detailed a Lazarus Group attack in Canada involving Comebacker and an upgraded variant of Blinding Can, also known as AirDry or Zeta Nile. 2 versions of Comebacker, a DLL and an EXE, were used to deploy Blinding Can as a service, contacting tronracing.com for command execution, data collection, and remote control. According to Krebs on Security, Ukrainian national Yuri Igorevich Rebtsov, age 41, also known as Mr. ICQ, has been extradited from Italy to the United States. He was indicted in 2012 for developing malware used by the Jabber Zeus Group, which stole tens of millions of dollars from U.S. businesses using the Zeus banking Trojan. Court records show that Mr. ICQ handled stolen credentials and helped launder proceeds via digital currency exchanges. He was extradited following an April 2025 decision by the Italian Supreme Court and transferred to Nebraska on October 9th under FBI custody. Data from Constella Intelligence links Rebtsov to the same Donetsk address as Vyacheslav Tank Penchikov, leader of the Jabber Zeus Group, who was arrested in 2022 and sentenced to 18 years in prison with $73 million in restitution. The Jabber Zeus operation used a modified Zeus Trojan that sent real-time Jabber messages whenever victims entered one-time passcodes on bank websites. It also employed a Leprechaun module to intercept authentication codes and a back-connect feature, allowing attackers to log in through victims' IP addresses, bypassing banking security. Investigators identified Maxim Aqua Yakubetsa as the true leader of the gang, who later ran Evil Corp, the group behind the Drydex Trojan used in global financial theft campaigns exceeding $100 million. Researchers from Cyber and Secret have identified a spear phishing campaign aimed at Russian airborne forces and Belarusian special forces specializing in UAV operations. The attacks, detected in October 2025, used zip archives disguised as military orders. One lure was titled TLG for departure for retraining.pdf.lnk. The malicious LNK file launches a PowerShell script that verifies if it's running in a sandboxed environment. If not, it opens a decoy PDF while executing additional payloads in the background. The script creates a scheduled task for persistence, installs a legitimate OpenVSX binary configured to listen on port 20,321, and sets up a hidden Tor service with port forwarding for RDP, SFTP, and SMB, Secret identified a second variant using another lure titled Nomination for Appointment to Military Position .pdf.lnk. Although the techniques resemble those used by the Sunworm group, attribution remains uncertain. Researchers note similarities with pro-Ukrainian actors such as Angry Liko and Awaken Liko. The Shadow Server Foundation reports over 8,200 DNS servers still unpatched against two critical vulnerabilities, CVE 2025-40778 and CVE 2025-40780, both enabling cache poisoning attacks. About 100 vulnerable servers were detected in the Netherlands and 1,300 in the US. CVE 2025-40780 affects the pseudo-random number generator used by Bind9, allowing attackers to predict query IDs and source ports. CVE 2025-40778 involves improper validation of DNS responses, enabling injection of forged data into cache memory. Patching remains incomplete despite updates being available since late October. According to Expel, the Rhysida ransomware gang, formerly known as Vice Society, continues its large-scale campaign using the OysterLoader malware, also called Broomstick or CleanUpLoader, as an initial access loader. Malicious ads on Bing redirect victims to fake software download pages impersonating Microsoft Teams, PewTT, and Zoom. OysterLoader establishes initial access before deploying a persistent backdoor. The operators obfuscate the binaries and use legitimate code signing certificates to evade detection. Expel has tracked 47 unique certificates used since 2024, including several signed through Microsoft Trusted Signing. Microsoft has revoked more than 200 certificates linked to the campaign. Indicators of compromise and hashes are available on Expel's official GitHub repository. That wraps up today's episode. I hope this briefing gave you clear and useful insights into current cyber threats. You can share your feedback by email at RadioCSIRT@gmail.com. We'll be back tomorrow with a new episode. Until then, don't think, just patch. Take care and see you tomorrow. This was RadioCSIRT, episode 474. Bye-bye.